Hello, it's Alex, the Bookubus. I am very excited to announce that Giallo July is coming back for another year. I have got my black leather gloves at the ready, and yeah, I'm ready to dive into some more Giallo goodness this July. I am joined by my co-host, the lovely Kelsey at Slime and Slashes. I will leave her channel and her announcement video linked below. Please do go check her out. She's amazing, and I'm stoked to have her on board again for another year. Sadly, Bert from Past Storytime won't be joining us again as a co-host for this year, but I still wanted to shout him out because he's awesome, and I really do appreciate him being involved with it last year. We had such a good time, and I'm just excited to spend another month devoted to Giallo goodness. So what is Giallo, in case you aren't already familiar with the genre? The name comes from the crime and mystery books by authors such as Agatha Christie and Edgar Wallace that were published starting in late 1920s in Italy by a company called Mondadori. The covers of the books were yellow, and the Italian word for yellow is giallo, so they became known as Giallo. And then some decades later, filmmakers were starting to make some films that were similar to these, kind of crime, whodunits, murderer on the loose kind of situations, and they really developed a distinct style within that. Lots of amazing use of lighting and colour, and also they developed motifs such as killer POV, killers wearing black leather gloves, and there are directors like Mario Bava, Dario Argento, Sergio Martino, who are kind of pretty well known for creating some very distinctive Giallo films. So I would say the Giallo film is a bit more of its specific beast, whereas Giallo books, I would say, is a bit more of an all-encompassing of any kind of crime, mystery or thriller. One thing I did want to mention is that not all Italian horror is Giallo. There are definitely some films that kind of cross over between both genres, and I'm definitely not going to be telling anyone what is or isn't Giallo. If you think it is, then go for it by all means, but there is a difference between the two genres. So basically the gist of Giallo July is to watch some Giallo films and read some Giallo books, so crime, mystery, thriller type novels. Or short stories, if you want to do short stories. We do have some prompts if you want to join in with prompts. So one is Giallo, yellow on the cover. 2 is the bird with the crystal plumage, an animal in the title or on the cover. 3, all the colours of the dark, a colour in the title. And 4, the Red Queen kills 7 times, a violent word in the title. So knife, kill, murder, that kind of thing. These prompts can be used for both books and films, and I think they're fairly easily doable, but if you don't want to use the prompts, you definitely don't have to, they're just for fun. So just feel free to dive into whatever Giallo goodness your heart desires. And whether that be just one book or one film or 100 of each, we would love to have you be a part of Giallo July, whatever your level of involvement. Speaking of involvement, we do have a few extra things going on this year, which is exciting. I have set up a Discord for Giallo July, so feel free to join us over there. I considered doing it last year, but I wasn't really sure what the interest level was going to be. So anyway, it seems like there was a decent interest last year, and I figured, it might be a good time to set up a Discord so we can actually have a place to chat about what we're reading and watching. And if you aren't familiar with Discord, it can be a little overwhelming at first, but this is going to be a pretty low-key kind of Discord. There's only going to be a few channels to chat in, so hopefully it won't be too much to keep up with, but we will see. And the beauty of Discord, not only do we have a place to just chat about Giallo stuff during the month, but we're also going to do a group read, which is exciting. So that will be announced in my upcoming TBR video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And also on Discord, we will be able to host watch parties. So hopefully we can all get together a few times throughout the month and watch some Giallo films together. I'm so psyched for that. The Discord link will be in the description below. If it isn't working for any reason, feel free to message me on Instagram. It's probably the best place to find me. And if you have never used Discord, but you want to give it a go and you find that it's not for you, that's fine. I won't be offended if you want to come in and then leave. I understand it's not for everyone, plus, you know, some people just don't want that many apps on the go. I totally understand. But I actually do quite like Discord. I don't use it a ton myself, but it's nice to have a place to, yeah, chat about a certain topic, and I think this will be a fun addition to this year's Giallo July. In this video, I'm not going to go through any specific recommendations or suggestions for books and films, but I will link last year's video where I do go into some recommendations. So if you want to check that out, then it's linked below. I will be sharing a TBR video talking about all the books I'm hoping to read soon, and also a video with my watch list of films. I've got so many films that I want to watch. I am struggling to narrow it down to a manageable number at this point, but hopefully I will be able to do so. And speaking of films, in addition to the prompts, we also have a bingo board. You could possibly use this for books, but it's more related to Giallo films. So the bingo board has black gloves, killer POV, chase scene, nudity, blackmail, a bottle of J&B whiskey, score by Goblin or Ennio Morricone, and a funeral. So yeah, these are some kind of motifs and themes that crop up in a lot of Giallo films, and yeah, this is just a fun little thing to add on to your movie watching throughout the month and see if you can check off any of the squares on the bingo board. I know last year I did have a couple that had most of them, if not all of them. So I need to track those down, and I'll talk about that in my watch list video. Also, if you are looking for Giallo film recommendations, I put together a really awesome collaboration video last year where myself, my co-hosts, and a bunch of other awesome people gave some recommendations. So this isn't, you know, the top 5 Giallo films that everyone talks about in every single video. These are some more hidden gem recommendations, and yeah, they're all flipping awesome. So I really do recommend checking out that video if you didn't see it last year. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sad that it didn't get more views than it did. It didn't do badly, but the effort that went into it, you know, plus the fact that I had so many people involved, like, I really appreciate their time and effort to make the videos that they sent to me for inclusion in the video. And yeah, it's a long one, but I think it's well worth watching, and it would have been nicer if more eyes were on it, I guess. Especially when I see other Giallo recommendation videos pop up randomly for me on YouTube, but they're always talking about the same handful of films, but they get thousands and thousands of views. So anyway, trying not to be too bitter about that, but anyway, I will leave a link to that below if you would like to give it a watch. Okay, a couple more things to mention. We have merch. You can get your own Giallo July t-shirt. I will leave a link to that below. You can get one with the logo on one side of the shirt, like I'm wearing, or you can get one that's a bigger logo in the middle of the shirt. The choice is yours, but if you would like to show your support for Giallo July, then that would be really awesome. And yeah, if you want to take a picture of yourself wearing one, I would love that. I would love to see anyone wearing a Giallo July t-shirt. I'm definitely going to try and get plenty of use out of mine during the month. Also, you can use the hashtag Giallo July on whatever social media you use. But I will say, please do also tag myself and Kelsey, because it's just really hard with hashtags nowadays, especially on Instagram. They've made it so hard to find stuff via the hashtags because they got rid of the feature to be able to sort it by like newest posts. So when you look up a hashtag, you're just presented with this higgledy-piggledy mess of any post that has that hashtag in no order whatsoever. So you have to scroll through like every single post that's ever used that hashtag to try and find the new ones. It's just a nightmare. It's stupid, I hate it. So yeah, feel free to tag Kelsey and I as well as using the hashtag so we can find your posts a bit easier. And if you are on YouTube and you share any videos, again, please feel free to tag us. I would love to watch your videos. I would love to hear about what everyone is going to be reading and watching. I am, still finalising my book and film lists that I want to get to, but I am very excited with what I've got in the mix so far. A couple more things I'm going to link in the description below. One is a list on Wikipedia of books that were published by Mondadori. So these are all of the crime mystery novels that they published. So if you want to go with, you know, authentic Giallo books, then anything on that list would work. But yeah, like I said, any type of crime, mystery, thriller, novels, or whatever you think feels Giallo-ish is fine by me. And movie-wise, I will link a Letterboxd list, which has a ton of Giallo films on there. If you are new to Giallo, then this would be a good place to start. Yeah, maybe sort it by order of like most popular or most highly rated. Pick a few of those and see how you like them. You definitely don't have to only watch films on that list. That's just kind of a starting point. I definitely encourage people to have a good look around and watch some things from different countries, different eras, and just get a good variety in there. Or obviously if you just want to watch a bunch of classic Giallo films, then I'm not going to stop you doing that either. Whatever you want to do, if you think it fits the Giallo vibe, then you have my blessing. So I think that's about it. Hopefully I didn't forget to mention anything important, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you will join in, and I hope you will also join the Discord. I think it's going to be fun being able to chat over there during the month. I'm very much looking forward to our group read and some watch parties. Yeah, I just think that's going to be a really fun extra thing to bring us together through Giallo during the month of July. And like I said, I'll be announcing the group read in an upcoming TBR video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, I think I'll wrap that up here. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Ciao!